Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today I'm gonna showcase a team that helped me gain 12 wins while I lost only once, and this team is none other with Medicham, with Bastardon and of course Trevenant as our safe switch. This team is looking particularly strong because of its ability to pressure a lot with those fast attacks, while the charge attacks can be deadly, and of course you gain complete coverage against the meta. Some certain core breakers for this team are gonna be the ghost types, especially up in front with the Medicham, but other than that you're gonna be just fine, and you're gonna see that on the entire of this video we're gonna have bad leads and some of those ghosts as well. So stay tuned till the end if you do not want to miss any of that, because a lot of crazy action is coming up. And we start off the video with a very bad lead against a fairy type with our Medicham. We're met up with a Fisk on the switch, and we still have that shield advantage, always trying to pressure for that CMP, because I know that I can always win it and eventually bring to no HP that stun Fisk. They return with those powder snows to finish us off, so the triggered Pokemon goes down, but we got the Bastardon, which is pretty heavy. However, it's not that heavy. As you can see, I have one from the pre-Excel era of Pokemon Go, which means that we do not have those Excels needed for it to be powered up to the 1500 CP limit, and that will be kinda problematic if you have one, because a full Excel one will be able to gather more damage on its defensive stats, and of course that's gonna work towards your favor for sure. Into the next one, after we finish off with a crazy psychic, that Swampert, we're gonna face a Skarmory up on the lead. Another bad lead, this time against the flyer, so all we have to do is to go ahead and pressure with the Medi. That's why I love Medi. Even against its counters it has so much play. It seems like here that we can shield and completely farm down. Being able to do so means that we can reach to the psychic, to whatever Pokemon comes in next, and it is gonna be a Medicham of their own. Seeing that Skarmory up on the lead always makes me think that they have either a Swampert at the back or a Medicham, which means that I have to sure gain that lead advantage and not the shield advantage on this scenario, because I want to align my team properly. Doing so, you can see that now we have the Bastardon against the Bastardon, while Trevenant has to face no matter what the Medicham, so that's why we're gonna be on a very good pace for this battle. As it seems they want to go ahead and pressure here with those flamethrowers. I'm pretty fine with this because I have so much bulk on my rack that I can absolutely take those moves, and of course I will not fire off the next one because I have a feeling that they're gonna throw right before I throw my flamethrower, and at this point we can go in with that Trevenant since they are energy dry, completely farm down the Bastardon, and now Medicham has nothing to throw, and the double seed bomb will eventually do the job, so they take the first one and they get out of here. Into the next one now with the fairy type once again up on the lead. This is pretty bad because they might carry Moonblast or Hurricane, which are both gonna do super immense effective damage to our HP limits, and we do not like that at all. So yeah, gotta stay in a little bit, try to pressure for that first shield, and we're gonna also shield before we switch out to our Trevenant, and now hopefully they are not gonna throw the Hurricane, so it is gonna be just a grass, not that they try to bait us here or whatever, but now we have those seed bombs that can absolutely destroy down the wall rain. The second one is imminent, down they go, not even trying to farm us down, which is neat for us, and now Whimsicott returns into the battle, and to be honest they have to throw some energy, otherwise they are gonna be kinda doomed. I'm gonna reveal my Bastardon now, and doing so seems like they do not like it at all. Perhaps they had the Noctowl at the back, so that's why they back out. Into the next one, and remember when I told you that I had 12 wins and 1 loss? Well, this is kinda tricky, you're gonna see in a while. So I'm just gonna go in now with my Trevenant, and they end up catching a move on that Bastardon of theirs, which is pretty neat for them, not so good for me because I have to go for those Shadow Balls if I want to have any chance at all. Trying to pressure even more here before they farm me down, and yeah, I have to throw now the Seed Bomb, which means that they can take it with ease and still complete the farm down with no pressure at all. Seeing that I have my Medicham at the back, I decided to go in with a Bastiodon because I want to farm all that crucial energy if I want to have any chance at all up against the Dragonair. So it's all up to their third Pokemon, and I really hope this is gonna be just another Steel type so that my Medicham can be on a very good spot. However, we're gonna see that they have a Medi of their own, and at this point with Trevenant gone, things aren't looking that great. Let's get now in there with my own Medicham, trying to land that big Psychic, and we can. That was impressive, so we might have a chance after all. Let's see how they want to respond here, because I have to block the potential Psychic. Now they bring their own Dragonair back into play, and of course they can pressure so much to the double charge attack before I even reach to that Ice Punch, which is crazy. And yeah, we're gonna take this loss because Shadow Dragonair is so good, and that is gonna be the only loss that I had on this team's run. And yeah, I was pretty impressed anyways, because after a bad lead, after a bad switch, after a bad everything on this team, we still managed to have a win con, even though we couldn't win at all. Perhaps if I had a better IV Bastiodon, things could have been different. So against Swampert is not the worst lead that you can get, but still it's kinda bad, but still I like it when it is off of my Bastiodon. So yeah, we can absolutely play around it with this line. We're having on the switch here the Ninetales, which is pretty cool for us. Now we can definitely farm down this Pokemon with this without spending a sweat here, and at this point we're just gonna go for the Stone Edge for not big damage, but still enough to threat the Swampert to throw their energy, which is pretty fine by me. And now I'm not gonna go in obviously with my Medicham, but instead with my Trevenant. They have 2 shields and a Sableye, which is pretty bad for my team, because now with Bastiodon gone, I have 2 Pokemon weak to Ghost and especially Darks, which is kinda combined in the perfect core breaker on the face of that little Sableye. Let's get now to the Seed Bomb, and after that I will try to go for the Ice Punches from my Medicham. They throw, I have to block, obviously I have so much energy to spare here, and at this point one Ice Punch will definitely do the trick up against them. Waiting the switch, that's why I did not throw at all, and now I'm gonna get to the next Ice Punch to finish off the Sableye. And yeah, we definitely outplayed our opponents here. Swampert in the next one, up on the lead, and of course they get to the very easy switch on their Noctowl. You know what, perhaps they have another flyer at the back. So how I like to play this whenever I see a Noctowl going in so easy is to preserve that Bastiodon for the end game as well. So you're gonna see in a while that I can take this move, gonna leave this Noctowl with 1 HP left and not gonna throw. I will wait for my switch timer to come back, and doing so means that I can avoid that matchup with the Swampert, while I can bait that final Pokemon to see what it is with my Medicham. They end up having the Pidgeot, which means now that we're having the upper hand with that Bastiodon, and of course whatever they throw here can be absolutely taken. If it is gonna be the Feather Dance, we can eventually finish it off with the Ice Punch. If it is gonna be the Brave Bird, we can just farm it down with our Bastiodon while we have the Trevenant on that Swampert. So they're basically switch locked here, and yeah, that is gonna be a non-avoidable win for us. So we're just gonna reveal now the Trevenant and they back out. So keeping that Bastiodon alive was the key here in order to sweep their entire team, because I did not want to risk at all having a Pidgeot, which they did, up against my Trevenant, and then I had no chance at all. So that was pretty crucial. Into the next one now with the Trevenant up on the lead, and our safe switch is gonna be our own Trevenant, so we have to bring it in as soon as possible. They want to stay in, which means now that my Seed Bombs will do a lot of work up against them. At the back they have the Bastiodon, they want to preserve their own Trevenant for their own good, which makes a lot of sense, and they have some energy to spare as well. Perhaps though we can catch them off guard with our Medicham. So let's see how this is gonna work, because as it seems they have some energy to spare here, and this is not gonna do a lot of damage, but still gonna put us at a point kinda critical to that Seed Bomb in combination with the Shadow Claws. However, they are not gonna throw at all, so Ice Punch is imminent, and down they go. Things are looking super good for us. Let's see what they had at the back, because they backed out, and it is gonna be the Talonflame. So yeah, Bastiodon against Talonflame, pretty easy farm down for us. Into the final one now, trainers. Let's see, can we win this? I have already spoiled it for you. I told you that I lost only once and you have seen the loss, but let's see how we can manage against the Pelipper lead, because Pelipper is another Pokemon, pretty cool core breaker to our line that we are not afraid of. This team is amazing. I mean it. So anyways, gonna pressure once again for that CMP situation, the Seed Bomb on the CMP, and I believe that if we can block here, we can have the upper hand. All we want is to avoid that Pelipper with our Medicham, and to be honest, Bastiodon is the best way to do it, since our Trevenant here can finish them off with a farm down. However, this Stunfisk has a lot to throw, both shields are down on both ends, and now we have the Shadow Ball ready to go, which I'm gonna spam here to whatever comes in, even if it is not gonna be the Pelipper, but it ends up being the Pelipper, which means now that my Bastiodon will be on a very good spot. Their Medicham will be their final Pokemon, and now all we have to do is to reveal our own Medi, and that is gonna be a crazy ending to an amazing video. However, it is not over yet, but still we're gonna win it eventually, because not only we have the Medi but also the Bastiodon, and whatever happens here, I know that I can win the CMP with this, since I have that 7 in attack, and that is the key that I like about my Medicham. I have slightly higher HP, attack stat, excuse me, than all the other of those Medicham, so that I can take that CMP most of the time. So yeah, that is gonna wrap things up in a completely amazing video. 12 wins, 1 loss, and if that doesn't worth a like, I don't know what does. So farewell to you, trainers, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Thank you for watching, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and if you want to support even more, well, joining as a member can always help with that matter. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.